So hi guys, here's a quick video how you can save your Pandas DataFrame to MongoDB database, and how you can dump that data to your disk, and after some time if you want to use it, you can directly import that data to your MongoDB server. So let's go through the steps. So we need this library. You have to install it by using pip install or conda install. Okay, so I'm using this data, this CSV data set from this URL. So it's a public data set. So saving it under this URL, and we're just saving the data in this file. After that, we're just reading the data and storing it is df data frame, pandas data frame. Okay, so you can see the head of the data. Okay, so here's the part where we're going to connect our Python client with the MongoDB server. So I have a local MongoDB server installed in my machine, so it's running it under this port, and the host will be localhost, as we have the server in our local only. Okay, you can install the MongoDB server from let me show you the link. 1 second, let's search it. MongoDB download. Okay, so we have this MongoDB community download. If you open it, so yeah, let's give it a minute. So yeah, so we have to install this community server, this one. What's happening? Now it's loading, give it a minute. So yeah, so under this MongoDB community server, you have to install this one. You have to download it and install it, whatever your OS, select it and download it, then install it. Okay, so while installing, so they'll ask you some username and password thing, so you can set it up. After this, the MongoDB server will automatically start in your system. Okay, or you can manually start it. Okay, so yeah, so let's move forward. Okay, so what we're doing, we're just connecting to that host with this port. So we have this client object with this client, and so this is the database and this is the collection. So this is a hierarchy in MongoDB we need to follow. Let me show you the exact thing. So what happened is, so we have this MongoDB server, right? So under this we have several database, DB for database, right? So under each database we have multiple collections, right? Under the collection we can store our data, okay, in JSON format, right? So here is the thing. We have this client. Imagine it as your MongoDB server. So under this we are going through the database. This database is one of my database which I have created, right? So we are going under this test database. After this we are going into this test collection. So I have created this test collection also, right? We have this collection then, so it's a empty one right now. So right, so we have this collection, so leave it here. So now let's go through the data once again. So df, we have the data frame. Under df we have the data. So it's just resetting the index. It will be better while storing the data. If we have wrong index, it will just replace it with the new one, right? So what we're doing, we're just taking that data frame and converting into a dictionary. So after we convert that data frame to dictionary, it will look like this. It's a JSON format, we can see, just like a JSON format, but it's actually a Python dictionary, right? So like we have index, right? Index is 0. Then we have age, we can see the age, then sex is female, then BMI, right? So we have this various data as a dictionary form. Then what we are doing, we are inserting that data into the collection which we have created in the beginning, right? So we have this collection, so we are importing the data, right, using this method, insert many. Insert many is a inbuilt method by which we can import, we can insert multiple data into a collection. So this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. So like this we are inserting many, right? So by which we are inserting many data into this collection. So again, what we can see, we have collection, and the collection we have those data, right? Okay, so let's move forward. So we have this collection, so we have all those data, all this data under this collection, right? So we can use this function. It's a MongoDB function. We can use it to find the data. So you can learn more about all those functions, all those methods by various articles. You can search it in the Google, or you can watch some of MongoDB tutorial from YouTube. That will help, right? So what we are doing here, so we're finding one data, right? We're finding one data, and we're passing the parameters under second bracket, right? So we have this requirement: age will be 19 and sex will be female. So we're finding this data and passing it into the collection by using this method. So we'll have this data variable. So we need to go through each of the finding, right? So after this, what we can get whatever the result we have which matches these two parameter, we'll get it, right? So I ran it, so I breaked it in first element only. So you can see the first element here, right? So age will be 19 and sex will be female, you can see. Okay, so it proves that we have our data inside this collection, right? So we have successfully saved our data into the MongoDB database. So now what we can do is we can store the data, we can store the database into our local disk. We can import it whenever we want also, right? So let me show you how you can do this. You need this what we can see, you need this tool to dump the data. You need this tool, so you can download it from this URL. Let me go to this URL, then you can see. So let's copy. Okay, so let it load. Okay, so I need to download this database tools. Okay, so let it load first. Anyway, I already have downloaded it. Okay, so let me show you. So if this is a tool, so I extracted it. Okay, so I extracted it under this folder, and I moved those files. Or anyway, let me show you how exactly I have done it. Okay, let me extract it again. Okay, so extract. So we have this folder. We can go under. So we need to go into this bin. We have this bin folder, right? So we have this bin folder. So under the bin folder we have multiple tools. So we need these tools. We need this tool to dump out data. So anyway, what we'll do, we'll just copy those tools, and we're going to see under program files. So if you install MongoDB, you'll get some MongoDB folder here, and I have created this MD tools folder. So create this folder and paste all those files, all those tools here. And what you can do, you can copy this path from here. Copy this path. So what we have to do, we have to add this path to our environment variable. Okay. For Linux, what you can do, you can just navigate to this folder, and then you can run that tool. Okay, so just give it a Google search, you can do it. So I'm showing it for Windows. So I need to change the environment variable. I mean, we need to add it. Okay, so let's go to the control panel. So let's open it. Okay, so we have this control panel. So, and we also need to search environment variable, right? Environment, so env. So we need to click on this edit system environment variables. So let's click this one, go to the environment variable, and then click on this under system variables, click on this path, then edit, then we can add new, and we can paste it here, right? So I have already added this one, so I'm deleting the duplicate one, then okay, then okay, then okay, right? We can close this one. So we have these tools in our environment, we can directly use it however we want. So what we have is, we have our data under this collection. So collection is under this test database, right? So we have this client also. So what we'll do, we'll just dump our test database to our disk for future uses, right? So from Jupyter, you can call our tool just by adding one exclamation symbol, right? So the tool name is MongoDump, then d for database, and the database name that we got from here, as we're dumping the test database, and we're just outputting the data, storing the data under C data folder, C drive, right? So let's run it. So running it, so it's running. Let's see what is the output we have. So yeah, so it successfully saved our data to our disk, right? So we have total this many documents. So under collection, each data is called documents in MongoDB, right? Each data means, so this is one data, you can say one JSON object. Okay. Yeah, for our Pandas DataFrame, we can consider it as a row, right? Okay, so let's go and see what we have under C drive and under data, right? So we have this folder with saved.data in here, right? So under C data we have this test database. Okay, so test database is our database name. Under this we have multiple files. So these are the files they will use to restore our database, right? So if we have to use it, if we have to import the database, we can use this tool. This is a Mongo restore tool. So we have this tool also when we have downloaded. Let me show you. We have this tools also here. Restore. So this is the tool we're going to use right now. So Mongo restore DB for database, the database name. So this is the new database name we are passing, and we are passing the directory, right? We are passing the directory of the database. This is the database where we have stored our past data. So let me run it. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, we have 2676 documents restored successfully, 0 failed, right? So successfully imported our data to our server. So the database name will be this. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. See you next time. And one more thing, if you like this video, please add some positive comment in my comment box, so that helps me a lot to create a new video, because it's kind of motivating for me. So if you can do it, that will be great. Thank you so much. Bye.